improvisation. Got this really nice 600 milliwatt. Look how small this thing is. This is a 600 milliwatt. Tiny. It does get hot, but that's okay. The reason we want the 600 milliwatt is because this wing is a freaking bat out of hell. It goes so fast and so far, you can get out of, in my opinion, you can get out of 200 milliwatt range in a heartbeat. I recently just bought this Foxeer camera. We busted up the lens, but the camera was always pretty, solid for the last, I've owned it for about a month. But this last time I plugged it in and it's not working. The camera's dead. So I gotta, and I don't think I can go to the people I bought it from. I'm gonna have to go to the Foxeer manufacturer. And who knows how long that's gonna take. So, not very impressed with this Foxeer camera, I have to admit. I've been flying, it's not like I've flown in concrete or fallen into a tree. The only time this bird has come down has been in wet, soft grass, in mud, the softest, literally most forgiving, like falling into giant pillows. So for this camera to break is a little ridiculous for me. I mean, it should be fine on this wing, but it broke, and you can see it's still in very good shape. It looks brand new. It's got a brand new lens in it, and the camera gets warm. I get a video signal. It shows it's peaking. It goes to the channel it says on the transmitter, but I get no picture. So it's the camera, and this is a brand new VTX. So my camera's junk, and I'm gonna have to go back to Foxeer and hopefully get a new one. We'll see how they take care. I will do further updates so you guys can find out when you have a broken camera and the guy goes to the manufacturer, just bought it, just spent his money on it, how long that turnaround is from this manufacturer to make me a happy customer again. Because I think that's important. Foxeer, if you're listening, yeah, we need some help with this bad boy. So extremely disappointed because then I can't do my FPV tomorrow. And I didn't fly my wing today. And if I even go one day without flying the sucker, I go through withdrawal. So we did a mod. Also another mod we did is the tri-blade prop. You can see. Love it. I think it is right around the same speed. But it might be a more inefficient prop, but it flies better with it, I believe. Just on I've done 4 flights with it, and I burned all 4 hacks. And to me, it was never easier launching it, retrieving it, controlling it in the air, especially in the expert mode. I just felt way more confident with that tri-blade prop. That's just me. Really liked it. So here I am, super uber depressed, and then I'm like, oh, I could plug in my run cam too and run it off the VTX, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can do that. Not only is my Foxeer camera busted, this is like the problem. I swear to God, I'm fucking cursed. Sorry for the swear word, but it's so enraging. Oh, it's right under here. I got this right around the same time I got this, so this is also not even like a month old. I love this thing. Oh, hear that? Oh, won't turn on. It's perfect shape. There's nothing. I mean, I used it all day yesterday for my flights. Got this great footage. Took this thing home, put it on the charger, and now when I take it off the charger, it won't power on. It will power on if it's on the USB, but as soon as you take off the USB, it turns itself off. So you're like, oh, it's the battery. It's the battery. Took off the battery, put a voltage meter on it, reads 4 volts. That battery is full. This should power on. You hear that clicking sound? That's a defective run cam. So I have already talked to the manufacturers at Run Cam, and they have promised me a replacement product. Very good customer service there. So I'm just waiting for the confirmation email that this is going to be sent out, because every day I don't have one of these is really bumming me out. I use this to fly all the time, and I love it. So I'm not, you know, I'm not going to say, oh, forget run cam, I need a Mobius or I need a Fox or Legend. No, I like my run cam. I just want one that wasn't janky, because this thing was freezing when I got it at first. So I kind of had problems with it right out of the box. So yeah, hopefully we're getting a new one here real quick so we can get back to filming that. But so, okay, so that won't work without being plugged into USB. So obviously I can't run that off my VTX. Yeah, so the cameras, both these, my two FPV cameras sources are down. Well, what am I going to do? I'll get creative. I'm like, I can take the camera up now. I took the camera that my mini camera that I bought and hooked up for my Parrot mini drones FPV, ganked that, mounted that up in the front here. It's got a great cloverleaf antenna. It's a little tiny all-in-one unit that is actually, I want to say it's 200 milliwatt too. I don't think it's 25. I believe this is a 200 milliwatt all-in-one. Great reception, and it gets powered off of just a little one cell. Now I'm not dependent upon the battery source, the big 3S and 4S that you need to also, by the way, run one of these filters into your VTXs. You'll get rid of the noise, and you also won't have any danger of frying your VTX or your camera with like a voltage surge or something. With it's smart to do. It doesn't say you have to, but if you do some research on this wing and the FPV, you want one of those filters. It really makes a difference. But anyways, back to this. I just, and it was nice because I really didn't have to do anything. I took the camera, the way I had it mounted on the Parrot with the foam and the tape, it just popped right up in this front canopy, put a little electrical tape there, and I put some Gorilla mounting glue, or Gorilla mounting strip, VHG tape, you know, that stuff, mounting tape basically, on the bottom here, and then put one more layer of tape across just to secure it, and we'll put one more piece of tape up here when we're actually ready to fly, when we plug it in so the batteries stay put, and we're ready to go, and we have fully functional FPV. And just to test out the camera right now, okay, so see, that'll be plugged in, and then the battery will be taped up here. We'll actually put in 2 batteries for a little extra ballast because I like having some extra weight up front. And then let's power this on. Let's see if we get a picture. Oh, that is nice. Look how clear that is. Can you guys see that? And this is through my Tactic screen. This is not an expensive FPV screen. This is, well, it's not dirt cheap, but it's for a screen with a built-in DVR. It's very well priced. That's all I'm going to say. That looks fantastic. And this is the last part of the video, what I wanted to say. I've been doing some theorizing and research on the wing and the way this camera is mounted. And actually, there's a guy on YouTube who I found was one of the developers of this, and I want to shoot this idea at him and see what he thinks. That is the one flaw I see with the Theory W, is the oh, here, let me save my battery. Is the way the FPV is set up in the front of the plane. There's just this very small amount of foam nose that's really the only thing in the way between that and the lens. So any kind of nose impact, that camera is exposed. It looks like it's tucked away back up in there, but it really isn't. And especially with a big old 2.5 millimeter lens, or the kind of lens you're going to use with this thing, and it's kind of out there. Now the flaw I see isn't necessarily so much that the lens is exposed and where it is, because this is a very compact wing. Your only really other option is to mount it up, which you can do because you have a spot up here to strap in a Mobius, or Run Cam 2, or Fox or Legend. But the other thing, if you notice, what I've done here Do you, I don't know how well you can see it. There's probably about a 25-degree tilt to that camera down. Okay? Maybe 30 degrees tilt down. And that to me is the proper way to angle a camera on an FPV wing, not straight out. And I say this because a lot of times in a wing, you're going to be flying up above, you're coming down from up above to down to low to go through these gates and to do the FPV racing. Why would you want a camera that's straight out? You want a camera that's angled down. It's the opposite of the drones where you're doing tilt like this and you need your camera tilted up. This one you want it tilted down because your wing is constantly, you're going to be at an up position coming down, and you're going to have much more better optical view of the ground and better flying confidence if you have a slight downward tilt to the camera. That's my personal, as I've been flying this, as you guys know, and you see if you watch any of my videos, I fly this thing almost every day. I love it. It's my favorite thing on planet Earth right now. And from what I found, just like on the Parrot swing, that is a plane, you want a downward tilt on the camera. Same thing with this guy. Having a downward tilt, for me, gives me a better view and more confidence flying FPV. So, sorry, kind of a long-winded review here. I am really liking my Clone RX, whatever you want to call it, orangey borange radio. I was not very impressed with it when I first got it. I was like, what did I do? But I got to tell you, it binds up, fly everything with that thing. Everything. And the 2-position switches, once you figure out how to, program and work your radio, you can do everything you can on the other radios. You just hook up 3 positions on 2 switches instead of having it on 1 switch. And I gotta say, I actually like it better having it on 2 switches. Just for my personal preference, I like it, especially the way the wing's set up. Really, really like it. And I fly all my inductrix off it, and basically anything that has a Spectrum receiver, I can fly. So that's a benefit of getting this radio, or something like it. Get a Spectrum or a DSMX. I'm just not going to buy a Taranis. I'm not going to do it. I don't care how many people think it's better, or I don't care about fail-safes. I might eat those words later, but I'm going to stick with this and Spectrum radio. I really like them. So, thanks for watching, Mod. That's about it. We have major FPV camera failage, and we made it work anyways. Really nicely, actually. That is a really nice picture and clean feed. And I think we're going to get perfect range out of this cloverleaf antenna. I like how it's up out of the canopy and everything. It's got some space and separation, and it's got a nice downward tilt. So I think I might add a little more secure mounting tape just to make sure it's lodged in there good. But yeah, we're good to go. Stay tuned for some excellent FPV flights tomorrow with this wing. We're gonna sauce it up in a new location, hopefully. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good night.